After the ladies' dancing, we now have Lords-a-leapin. So it seems to be a good time to mention that human beings are meant to be paired this way for procreation rather than towards extinction, which is what body mutilation, unbalanced homosexuality in the population, and transgenderism ideology leads to. Furthermore, it makes it more difficult to retrieve lost souls for the angels that come to help. Gender in human beings is also a pathway that can be used for healing of the soul, and it is necessary that things stay connected in order to manage difficult cases where the brain is broken in such a way that stops ascension. Welcome to the 10th day of Christmas in the Swamp by Cavetronics Dimensional Art. This is being recorded on December 21st, 2023 in Salem, Missouri, USA. I am Melissa, and I am continuing to deliver information via the Can Do web. Which section of your brain is processing this? My favorite podcaster asked, and I have an answer. As I listen to you and other podcasters speak, I feel and mentally see a grouping of lights that move in a multi-layered comb-like pattern from the front left area of my brain over a diagonal pattern towards the right and stops around the crack between the hemispheres of the brain. Most of the language does not cross over, but there does seem to be a point where the comb streaks change to a singular laser-like ray that is then directed towards the lower uh, area behind the right ear and then changes angle towards the back of the neck. However, most of the language speech appears as red lights like the stroke streaks of a comb, except for certain words of importance which pop upwards and get moved towards the frontal lobe executive center of the brain for special processing. Please realize that this is just conceptual, and it would be interesting to compare it to experimentation that can monitor and display brain activity. I think in pictures, and when I was a child, I could hardly communicate through speech in the way I wanted to, and if I was put on the defense, I could not speak at all. My mind locks up and I need time to process information before providing an answer. So I am accustomed since childhood of doing a lot of thinking out of the necessity and urge to communicate. I've been called a holy scribe, and I believe that to be true. I've been practicing writing since second grade. My most natural artistic gift is drama and theater. However, I don't sing or dance well yet. I believe that the arts are good for both male and female genders. I believe it helps us express ourselves properly as a creative outlet rather than a destructive one. As such, I am a huge supporter of making the arts more available to the public in rural areas that often get overlooked for funding, and people in those areas slip between the cracks without a better outlet. I don't know how many players are left in this so-called game, but we need 29 for the council, which must include Brian Prater, of course. So I propose that the last 28 players in this game plus Brian Prater be considered the council for this Earth. And I'll leave this decision now on the table for everyone to consider. If this is agreeable and we have met these conditions already for the requirement of the council, and if those people are worthwhile and they should be if they're the last remaining. I would further ask that we consider this twisted game of the ages over. Because if the reality of this situation ends with me having to be crucified or married to Trump, I would rather stay in this hell and live as an animal with God. During a past life regression, I learned that my soul could reflect to approximately 30,000 years ago, to a time of a very small village of happy dead spirits that danced in the aurora borealis in the snow at night. So when a tree falls in the forest, and no one supposedly is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Who is there to hear you when no one else can? The owls have a platform in the cosmos. At least that's what it looks like to me. But my husband, who saw it too when he died twice in 2021, said that it is a portal. Around the circular portal stand giant owls, all facing inward, and they never move their heads around, but always look inward towards Mother Earth as her guardian and the portal of souls as those souls pass down to earth. I do not idolize the owls, rather they are a council. And I am probably not located in Arlington in case of death. I have asked to be buried with my family here in Salem, my husband's family, mostly made up of Cherokee descendants from the Trail of Tears at Reese, like Reese's Pieces, Reese Cemetery near Pull Tight. Yep, Pull Tight. It's one word. Off of Highway 19 south from Salem, Missouri. Cavetronics dimensional art shows you the path through multiple angles, such as these 8-pointed stars. You can see the flow of energy and the subtle directional alterations as it passes through various angular points. It is my hope that this artwork may enhance the art, math over unity in scientific fields, including cognitive studies. In my opinion, this is much better way to study the universe rather than tearing it apart like CERN spent billions to do. This over Unity AI generated artwork cost me about $8 a month out of pocket to produce, which is the basic monthly package available on Midjourney software. The AI art software is still in development, and the app that I use, like many others, are open to the public, at least in my world. However, the cost of daily operations for them is, I think over, I think it's in the millions. I think it's over 100 and some thousand an hour or something, or maybe that's a day. It's really expensive. I put the Lords in boxes for Christmas. It's like a little home, or kubuku. Kabuku. I especially love this slide. I think it's my favorite slide in the whole series. The image of leaping lords was begging to be described in this cubist way, methinks. The image on the right is made up of multiple transparencies of the same picture staggered over the background for the cool effects. And the cube on the left is just the lords in a box. Thank you for watching. Join me next time for the 11th of 12 Days of Christmas in the Swamp by Cavetronics Dimensional Art. Merry Christmas. Have a great day. Bye for now.